Erinn Morgan, the editor-in-chief of Eyecare Business Magazine, and I am here in Orlando, Florida with Mike Hundert, who is the CEO, owner, and chief creative officer of Eyewear. He is also the vice chairman of the board of the Vision Council, and we are here at the Vision Council Executive Summit in Orlando this week. And Mike, can you just tell us a little bit about the summit and a little bit of the history of the Vision Council and how we got here?
Sure. This is the, I'd say the training grounds for the elite athletes of our industry. I think anyone who comes to spend 2 days down here is really passionate about their careers and their industry and the companies for which they work and want to be better at what they do. And they've invested 2 days of their time to come down here to dialogue. So we'll have about 350 of the top executives from throughout the eye care industry here to talk. And the way this began, to answer your question, it really began some 25 years ago with the OMA, the Optical Manufacturers Association, that existed at that point in time, all the suppliers of frames and other products, lenses and the like, who were belonging to that organization. And that organization was formed to fundamentally protect the eye care industry against government regulations and, to tackle common causes, if you will. And that organization, while it had the clout of people of significance in the industry, didn't have much money. It was only dues to come to the meetings and that sort of thing. So what they did was they merged in the 90s with the people who had the money, which was the Vision Industry Council of America, VICA, you may recall, who started Vision Expo. And they started Vision Expo to be owned by the industry, so that the revenues that are derived from Vision Expo could be reinvested back into the industry. So they had the money, OMA had the clout, so it was decided to join those two organizations together. That created the Vision Council of America, which is now renamed a few years ago to just the Vision Council. So that meeting that was held in all those years, and it evolved into what we have today, which is a huge event. And like I said, it's where the leaders come to actually talk to one another. And we get to know one another. We're in the same industries. But like at a Vision Expo, you might stop in an aisle and talk for a couple of minutes. But you never have the opportunities that this forum provides, which is to sit down and have dialogue. And it's dialogue that solves problems. So that's what we're here to do, is solve problems and also to become better leaders and to create a network of resources and what become great personal friends.
That's fantastic. It's exciting, and it's exciting to know the background of the Vision Council and kind of how it came to what it is today and how this meeting came into play. So that answered my question of what is the focus here this year, but what exciting speakers or events are on tap that kind of fall into that theme for the meeting?
Well, we take this responsibility very seriously. And these are top executives that are going to spend a couple of days down here, and we want to make sure that their missions are accomplished and the time invested is leveraged as best they can, right? So we look at how we can achieve that, knowing that we have people that are in lenses, equipment, laboratories, frames, sunglasses, readers. There's such different businesses that are connected here that if we did like REM would be more interested, say, in something about fashion, where someone from Schneider Instruments couldn't care less about that. Right. So we have to figure out, well, what's going to appeal to everyone. So I focus on three main things, and one is about leadership. Everybody can be a better leader, and we're constantly striving to do that. So we figure out, well, how can we help leaders become better leaders? Then we focus on the economy. Let's get some insights to what's going on in the economy from experts. So we'll have Brian Bulio, who's an expert economist and has followed the eye care industry as well, tell us what the forecasts are and how we can best prepare for that. On the leadership side, going back to that for a moment, we have probably the most sought after business consultant and most important business analyst of our time, and it's Jim Collins, the author of Good to Great, the biggest selling business book of all time. So he'll be here to engage on many of the topics that we have, because he's taken the time to understand about our industry over the past few months in preparation for tomorrow's talk on the subject.
Fantastic.
And then we'll have Jonah Berger from the Wharton Business School professor, who will talk about his book, Contagious, how things catch on. So it'll be a whole marketing focus, which is really vital for we gray-haired execs in this business to understand how do we deal with today's new media and integrate that into our marketing and try and communicate better about our goods and services.
For sure. And that becomes increasingly more important as the years
Absolutely.
roll on.
Yeah, and
sure.
it's changing so fast that our perspective on it needs some help. And then, by the way, we have a really important component at this year's event, and that is we are starting a Young Optical Leaders Organization. So we have invited those executives in the industry who are 35 and under to come on scholarship to this conference this year. And we have about 30 of them who are coming here and will have their own networking opportunities, their own tracks, as well as be able to integrate with these great mentors that are in this building. So it's a wonderful
really cool.
opportunity to create succession planning in our industry.
And this is the first year that's being offered.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
You plan to continue that?
Absolutely.
Program?
And it's really up to the kids. I call them kids because they, it's going to be their thing. So they've got to drive it, but we're going to be there to foster it and make sure they have the tools and the opportunities to network with one another, get to know each other, get more invested in the industry, get to know the topics and the challenges, and help us with new ideas at the same time. So it's a win-win.
That's really cool. So, and the last question is a little less business related, but there was supposed to be a golf tournament this morning. I just wondered how the weather was and how that all kind of panned out.
Well, didn't lose any balls today. Got a little washed out this morning, so I don't know that we're going to be giving too many awards out, but there's a few brave souls that are out there in this Florida hurricane.
That's great. Well, and thank you for talking about the meeting. I also just wanted to ask you about REM Eyewear and kind of what your focus is there for 2016. What are your new initiatives for your company?
Well, thanks for that opportunity. We focus, we compartmentalize all that we do. Obviously, product remains a focus and always has to be. And we have a wonderful team led by Nicholas Rouselier creating our goods. And our expertise in supply chain is something that we continue to focus on to make sure that we are the most knowledgeable people about where and how and when to make goods, which is constantly shifting too. But more than that, this year, as we did last year, it's a real strong focus on customer service, increasing our tools, increasing our capabilities and our education to make sure that the experiences that our customers have dealing with our company are absolutely exceptional, that we are helping them to be successful, taking issues off their plate, and doing the best job that is possible to do in a customer service environment.
That's great, and I'm sure that our Eyecare professional viewers appreciate that. Customer service is always top of mind when working with eyewear companies. So, well, thank you very much. I appreciate all the awesome feedback, and it's always great to talk to you. And again, this is Mike Hundert of REM Eyewear and the Vision Council here in Orlando, Florida.
Thank you.